Welcome to our new series of interviews with Father Bob. The teenagers of St. Peter Parish will be interviewing Father Bob every month, asking him questions that have been on their minds. Stay tuned each month for a new video. Here is the next of many interviews to come.
Why do priests have to live in houses next to church buildings? Do priests have other jobs aside from preaching?
Okay, well, I guess there's really no rule as to the priest has to live in a building next to the church. Now, sometimes they're blessed to have them connected to the church, so they don't have to go outside on cold days. But I think the kind of the governing rules of the church say that the priest should be on the campus, by the church, just to be available to people. And sometimes permission is given to live somewhere else and this and that. But normally, they live right there. Also, it kind of helps the priest with regard to just being a little bit more focused on Jesus and simple with his life. We don't have to worry about where we're going to live. We're given a place to live, and there we live. And that's kind of nice. Otherwise, we're out shopping for homes and doing this, that, and the other things. So, the priest doesn't become a priest to have necessarily an easy life and all sorts of stuff in life. Again, the focus is Christ and serving his people, being a shepherd to his people. So we don't have to have, worry about all that stuff. It's just simpler that way. And we had another question. What was that? Other jobs aside from preaching. Well, the work of a priest is not just preaching and teaching. I suppose we could kind of categorize it in three areas. One, preaching and teaching. So, that includes at Mass, but also in school, or making sure that children are educated, in a Catholic school or in a program that would help them learn what we call PSR, the Parish School of Religion, or some places called the Confraternity of Christian Doctrine, CCD. But also adult education too, in other ways. The second area would be celebrating the sacraments. So we need to be available to celebrate Mass, baptisms, weddings, anoint people, hear confessions, these sorts of things. Priests can celebrate all the sacraments except really ordaining people. Confirmation's normally for Catholics by a bishop, but when we bring non-Catholics into the church, the priest who does the instructing is the one who normally would confirm them too. So we celebrate the sacraments so that people can encounter Christ through the sacraments. The third area is called, I guess we call it governance. If the first area would be Christ as prophet, proclaiming his word. Second area, Christ as priest, proclaiming or celebrating the sacraments. The third area would be Christ as king, ruling or governing. And that can be all sorts of things, whether just making policies in the church or trying to tell people and to live their lives according to how Christ teaches, or simply making decisions about the church. Sometimes it's a matter of making sure that we have the stuff that we need to have a church, so a building, and all the other things. So being kind of the leader and the head decision maker and the one who sets the vision. That I need to probably emphasize the second part more. A priest can be one who can really be father to his people and lead them into by structuring the parish, lead them to a deeper relationship with Jesus, and to guide them that way. So those are the three areas, and so it's not just preaching and teaching, but celebrating the sacraments, ruling, governing, guiding, shepherding the church.